Hi, I'm Jay.
Do it again. I was making a funny face.
Your face is always funny. Hi, I'm Jay.
And I'm Kat.
And we're 3 kilobytes, but there's only 2 of us. We killed the other one. And today we're going to talk about
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Jinx, Yomi, Drinks. So you play as 3 different characters in the game. We'll get into details on those characters in a second, but I just wanted to bring up something that the map is like 27 point whatever squared kilometers, and it takes like half an hour to drive across it. And I think that this was a brilliant idea. This is the best part of the new game, is that you can switch between the characters almost at any time in the game. And when you do that, you're sort of just drop back into their stories and what they're doing.
Yeah, wherever they are. So they may have just gone to coffee, they may have just left someone's house, or the cops could be chasing them and you could have 4 stars and you could be like, what the hell is going on? It was so fun
it's
when
exciting.
that happened. I was like,
super exciting.
Oh god, get away from the cops.
So,
what did I do? And like you wonder, like, what the hell happened? Like, it's hard to get 4 stars. Reasonably hard.
3 characters. Who are they? You explain these people.
So we have Michael, and that's like the Ray Liotta sort of Goodfellas character. He's an older guy who was sort of mafiosa-ish. Not really mafia, but he has that vibe about him.
Reminds me of somebody like out of The Italian Job. It's like a futuristic version of like just basically Mark from that movie. Mm-hmm. He's just this like broken down old man now, and he looks around at everything he's stolen and what he's done. And he's like, I did amazing things, but now I'm just like, I'm married, and he's dealing with like silly shit that you have to deal with when you get married. Next character is Franklin, and he's based out of somebody that you would see in something like Boys in the Hood, or he kind of reminds me of Training Day, his story and how he's brought up. He's not really a good guy, but he's definitely... He's not in it to be a bad person. He's in it to make it in this world. Mm-hmm. And his character is one of the kind of weakest links for me in the story. At least Michael had this sort of futuristic, like, what happens when somebody is really good at robbing and stealing, but what happens in their future? You don't hardly see that in films.
Trevor is this meth addict hillbilly.
Well, he's basically, you know who he is? He's just right out of Breaking Bad right now. He could be somebody out of Breaking Bad / some white trash movie with Hicks in it. Kind of reminds me of a character out of like Tremors or something.
Sure. And he's crazy. I mean, when you first meet him, you're like, this man is disgusting. He's a cheating, violent, evil, horrible person. Yet somehow he grows on you. I'm not a violent person. Like, I don't usually like games like this.
The thing violent about you is your farts.
I've casually played these games in the past, just like playing around, and never really had any interest. And so when he was introduced, I thought, I'm gonna hate this character. But there's something about him. They still make you like him. He'll be awful one moment, and then charming the next. And then horrible, and then so funny. And then disgusting, and how could you ever like that person? And then suddenly you're like, oh, he's kind of a good guy deep down. And it's crazy that a character could have you all over the place like that. So he ended up being my favorite, which was weird. Even though he has a scene where he tortures a man. You have to torture a person. I don't know how I feel about that.
So in terms of Trevor, I feel that he is probably the best character ever written for a video game, because he has this arc that goes from you completely hate him to almost you completely love him. And some of the decisions he makes...
You can't call it an arc, though, because it's like this. It's like a roller coaster.
Overall, you slowly see something about him that... I don't know, but he does horrible things. It reminds me of Breaking Bad, because in Breaking Bad, he goes from literally like a trained little monkey running around to Scarface.
Yeah.
And in this, you're just dealt Scarface, and that's it. They're like, here's a Scarface character, deal with him. And in that character, you see like subtle improvements that he tries to make in his life, but you're never trusting him. You're always like, I wonder if this is real.
You never know when he's gonna snap, when he's gonna go crazy.
Exactly. Like, why is he being so nice?
Who is your favorite character?
I don't know.
Let us know.
I don't know. Let us know.
So those are the 3 characters you can play as. Now, my complaint, obviously, as a woman, and in general, I mean, on the case, there is 2 female characters, and I thought maybe, there'd be a 4th character or a female character. And I guess it's just the GTA way of not having female characters, but I thought there'd be some girl that at least was cool. Every single female character in this was either a hooker, a drug addict, or a cheater, or a slut. There was nothing, like, there were no good female characters at all. Like, not even, like, a female cop or something. They were all horrible, horrible people. Not to say that the men are amazing, etc., but Michael has redeeming qualities. He seems like deep down he's actually kind of a nice guy. Trevor, who's psychotic, even seems like he has some nice characteristics. Franklin, also. But the women in this game are just crap.
So the game is misogynistic, there's no doubt about it. I mean, even I'll admit that. While playing, I was thinking, like, makes women look like shit. Utter shit. I mean, I know that you're a shit woman. You're not.
Oh, thanks.
You've got some redeeming qualities, especially when you leave the room to fart. That's redeeming, because when you do it in the room, you make me puke in my mouth. So the 3 characters have special abilities. Trevor, his is what? Rage, I believe? Something that you're used to because you're female? What is it?
Trevor's power is that he can go into rage mode, so he can take less damage and he can deal more damage while he's in that.
Franklin has the ability to actually slow down time and weave through traffic, which helps you get away from the cops. And Michael was very confusing. I was like, what the hell can you do?
I feel like it's like a stealth
He
mode.
does stealth mode very well. So when you go into his special ability, all the stealth part of the game is much better with that character. Did I ever use it with Michael? No. I like there's options in this game.
That's why we forgot to.
Exactly. There's options in the game to be stealthy, like Splinter Cell stealthy, and sneak up behind people with Michael, but I always wanted to just shoot people. Isn't that what Grand Theft Auto was about?
Yeah. Another fun little tidbit about them, even the way they pull people out of cars is different. Like, Trevor is way more violent. He'll, like, smash someone's head against the steering wheel to get them out of the car, for instance. So it's just a fun little weird thing.
But then every once in a while he'll just be like, get out.
Yeah.
And you're just like, wow, he's so cute. He's
so
not going to kill them.
nice.
So something else they took from Red Dead Redemption is the weapon wheel, which allows you to just select your weapon very easily. You no longer have to just look through the weapons on the bottom of the screen. You just pull it up. Boom, I want the shotgun. Boom, I want the sniper rifle. And it's so smooth. I love it. It's an amazing addition to the game.
Great.
So something very important that I wanted to bring up is the driving in the game has been changed. The mechanics have been changed. Obviously, you've played this game, so you know that the cars feel like cars now, not just giant boats. Another thing that's very interesting for me was when I run over people on the sidewalk now, I cringe because the realistic blood on the hood just makes me sick to my
Oh, you
stomach.
splatted that one guy with that nice car, and there was this huge, like, human print and then blood splatter all
It
over.
really isn't. It isn't about just turning the game on and driving over people anymore. You want to do these missions, and it's very hard for them to switch that up in the game because Grand Theft Auto has always been about this mayhem, driving around, causing accidents. But this feels more realistic than maybe some had hoped. And when you're driving around crushing these people, you feel it more than you ever have. And I got sick to my stomach a few times, but it still is obviously a video game, so it's enjoyable to go out there and cause this mayhem. So the realistic factor is way higher than the previous game.
The graphics look fantastic in this world. The sun flares, the reflections on the cars, changing from day to night. It's beautiful. Changing from character to character is also amazing. The animations in it are beautiful.
Kind of does this like Google Maps thing where it just zooms out, boom, 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 zooms
Yeah.
in, and you're in the middle of the situation, like we said before.
And the attention to detail. I mean, the roads have different like drops of oil on them, or the grass has different areas that are like a little patchier than some. And it's just everything, the textures and everything look amazing. It looks like it is a real place. When you walk around and see all these details, it's so impressive. In the poorer neighborhoods, you'll see characters there, living there, I guess. And later on, you'll be in a rich neighborhood and they'll be like mowing the lawn of some rich person. So it's crazy that they have that kind of AI. That, like, this character lives here, works here, and will travel between the 2 points in this car. Like, what?
The cover system has been sort of redefined in this. It's sort of, it's like it gives you the option to like use it or just go guns blazing. And I felt that it really makes more of the game fun. It's not just about blowing shit up and sending cars into groups of people and lighting things on fire.
You have to be smarter.
You can be smart in this game and really enjoy the cover system.
Sometimes you have to, or you get killed.
That is true. There's definitely this mission with this like drug deal that's gone bad where you have to walk out of the neighborhood, and if you don't use the cover, you're dead. You're dead. You can't do it.
I died a bunch of times.
You died
It's
a
really
lot.
annoying. Chompers ran away. There are 19 different sports cars or supercars. There's 15 different kinds of bikes. There's ATVs, jet skis, regular bikes, sports bikes, airplanes, helicopters. Like, every single thing you can think of. They all handle differently. They all have a different weight, and each of the characters can handle them better than others. For instance, Trevor is way better at flying planes and helicopters, which is just craziness.
One thing I loved in the game, absolutely loved doing, was just driving around looking for bank trucks. What you can do with that now is take them off the road, bust open the doors and steal the money out. So it's sort of a quick way to get, $6,000. But I found myself addicted to it, driving around the map looking for these vehicles. And that in its own right is an amazing game just there. Not to mention just a mind-boggling amount of activities that you can do.
This game is
Golf,
chock full of activities.
tennis, darts. You can do triathlons. You can do yoga. It's ridiculous what you can do in this game. Another thing is this iFruit app on your iPhone, and it lets you basically design your car and then send it in. I'm doing it. Send it into your garage, and then you pick it up in your garage. It's ready. It's waiting for you. But it would fucking help if the game worked, and it doesn't work.
It doesn't.
I don't know what to do about it.
You can go to the garages and you can upgrade your car, and it's amazing. All the different things you can do are great.
Yes, you can go make custom cars, but here's a little problem in the fucking game.
You make your car. You're so happy with it. You just dropped so much coin on it.
Like 60 G's.
So much coin. You bring it back to your place. You park it in your garage. You go do something. You come back. It's not there. Your car disappears sometimes.
Gone.
Sometimes it's there. Sometimes it's not.
Gone.
You're not sure.
60 G's of hard-earned money in the game gone. It's just gone. And it's happened to me not once, not twice, but 5 times. I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know. You park it in the garage closes, save the game, go back, it's empty. And I'm like, I'm gonna break someone's neck. Doesn't that defeat the fucking purpose of customizing your vehicle and spending the money on it when you lose the fucking car 5 minutes later? I played way too much Grand Theft Auto, I'm swearing. This game influenced me to cause violence. You can also purchase real estate, which allows you to save your car in the garage when it fucking works, which it doesn't work, so that's a problem.
If you're having an issue with your car, you can take a taxi and you can actually skip, so if you have to go somewhere really far, you can get a taxi and you can travel really quickly.
Fast travel.
Ah!
You can also go to a barber shop, but oddly enough, the same barber seems to be in 3 different places at once. And it's miraculous how she just looks like the same person, but it is the same person. So, yeah. I don't know, $250 million, they couldn't design 2 more characters to put somewhere else in barbershops. I don't know. This is just me nitpicking about silly little things that don't really affect the gameplay, don't affect the overall score I'm going to give this game. But yes, I did notice things that are not perfect in the game, and everybody out there going apeshit that it's not getting 10 out of 10 on every website needs to realize that a game to be perfect means it's perfect. And when my car disappears after I spent $60,000, that's not a perfect game. A perfect game would be when I go back to the garage after spending 4 hours collecting that money, my car is there and I can use it in the game.
Also, there are 13 radio stations to choose from, so lots and lots of music. There are, I think, 240 songs to pick, that are licensed songs that are in it, and there are these hilarious commercials. Whenever commercials come on in a normal car, I would switch the station, which is what I did at the beginning. Then I realized the commercials are hilarious. They talk about caffeine enemas and just a bunch of ridiculous things, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe that's happening. For me, the cutscene triggers were irritating as hell. They're these little yellow spots, and I mean, if you're within a reasonable distance, they're supposed to go off. But, I mean, you'd be like, oh, go to this place, and you'd go to it, and you'd be like, okay. And then you end up walking around for a while, not sure. You'd come up a level of stairs, and suddenly it would start, as if you were right in front of that dot, but you weren't. And it was just sticky. It would be irritating. You'd be like, I'm in the place. What? I'm in the place.
Oh, and then you would realize, like in Dead Island, that you're not on the right floor. Like, you're supposed to be 2 floors up, and you're like, oh, wait. Then you have to go all the way up there, and then you realize, oh no, it's the 2nd floor. And you're just like, where?
Or even just pulling in front of a place, like, oh, it's not here that you need to pull in, it's right here. And it's just like,
it's
really?
a little tedious. I definitely agree with you. It's a little tedious in terms of just where it triggers the real-time cutscenes. I felt that there's moments in the game where you're really into the game, and then all of a sudden the cutscene just, like, is just there. And you're like, I didn't even see the yellow little circle. And then sometimes you have to search for that goddamn circle.
So overall, I'm going to be giving this game a 9 out of 10. I have to, of course, first point out that I don't usually like uber violent games like this. It's not really, okay, yeah, that's not fair. I don't like games where it's like real world and you're being violent. I like games that are fantasy and being violent, like God of War before it turned to crap in Ascension. So normally I'm just not into this kind of thing because it doesn't bring me joy. I'm not like, yeah, this is amazing. But at the same time, I was strangely able to enjoy getting a lap dance from the stripper and trying to get her to come home with me.
Well, you are perverted, so
I was like, yeah, get that girl to... I won't
rub her
finish that
tessie.
sentence. This game is...
So basically you're admitting you're a pervert right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This game is beautiful. The attention to detail amazed me. Every once in a while I'd be like, oh my god, look around. Oh, look at that beautiful sunset. It's so gorgeous. Look at the reflections on that car. Or look at how detailed that blood is on your windshield. I'm kidding. The characters were hit and miss for me. I mean, Michael was good. Franklin was medium, as were his friends. And then Trevor, I wanted to hate him, but I kind of really like him. He's just so crazy. I never know what he's going to do, and there's something fun about that. The story itself, I mean, there weren't any parts that really made me feel emotionally tied to it, except for when I was emotionally disgusted at things that Trevor was doing most of the time. So I found that hard. I wasn't like, oh, I can't wait to find out what happens to these guys, because they're just criminals. But it's the same thing why I can't watch TV shows about criminals, because I'm just like Sons of Anarchy. They're bad people doing bad things. Medium. However...
Wait a minute, how come Dexter works for you?
Because he tries to be a good person, and he kills only the evil people. There's also little things, like the garage not saving your car, the cutscene triggers were frustrating. I wish the little aim dot that they have was just a little bit bigger.
The reticle?
The reticle? Yes, that. When I was
literally
flying in a
is like-
helicopter and I was trying to shoot other helicopters, and it was I couldn't see the dot. I was like, I don't know.
You're also blind.
I'm also blind. No, I'm not. I don't wear glasses. So there were a bunch of little things for me,
No,
but...
that's why you're blind.
No, I'm not.
You need glasses, the point
No,
of the joke.
Can you stop cutting me out?
No.
So even though there were all these little issues, like the garage not working, the cutscene triggers weren't the best, the aim dot, the reticle was just so tiny at
Sounds
certain
like
parts,
retinal.
like when you're trying to shoot helicopters out of the sky, it was frustrating. There are parts like that, but then there were other parts that are great. You're sniping, you're driving around being crazy, you're pulling these amazing moves.
Heists.
Moves, like when you're driving.
Oh, yeah, those moves.
But the heists are cool too.
You love the heists.
I love the heists and the missions and stuff. I wanted to do missions the whole time, and I wish that it was telling me how to get to the missions sooner, because I wanted to keep progressing the story, and I found it frustrating that there were just like all these little things to do. It's cool that they have them, and again, it's not losing points because it has all these options and all these little things to do like yoga, but I find all those things distracting, and I want to just get to the story because I'm a story-driven person, and because of that, it loses a point. That was my longest-winded explanation ever.
So I've been waiting for this game, obviously, for 5 years, and I thought that it's 9.5. There's nothing really wrong with the game in my eyes, except for those moments that I just don't want to play a game that forces me to torture somebody, when I feel that in the world that we live in right now, do we need to deal with that in the fucking video game too? Like, I turn on CNN, there's torture, there's explosions, there's killings.
It's enough negativity.
I want to play a game where I can do those things, but I don't want to deal with it all the time. And it's like, it constantly is, here's more, here's more,
Forcing you.
here's more. And the thing about that is exactly, you stole my win there. It's forcing you to do it. I can turn off CNN and be like, screw you, I'm going to play Super Mario Brothers and enjoy my day. In this, I could drive around, have a great time, but as soon as I go into that story mode, I'm forced with these just situations that make me feel uncomfortable. So that's the only bad thing about the game, in my opinion. Is it a bad thing about the game? No, it's just a bad thing that I experienced myself. You might experience it differently, but all of the good stuff. Driving, it's been tweaked, it's amazing now. All of the weapons work so much better. The shotgun's a little overpowering, but I can forgive that. The police in this are more brutal. They go after you right away, and they'll just blow you away. There's no second choices here. They just, boom, shit, you shot, you're dead, you're dead. The other thing I love is the special abilities. When you're Franklin and you're really in one of those heat situations where you have to get the hell out of Dodge, you can just slow down time and go through the traffic and go, and you get away, and it's really, really cool. I also want to say thank you to all the new people that are tuning in, checking out the show. Thank you so much. You guys mean the world to us, and we really appreciate all the support that all of our fans have been giving us over the last few months. You guys are amazing. We also need to thank A&C Games for supplying the game for us. Mm-hmm. You guys are amazing.
We love you.
They also gave us a copy of Wind Waker and the wonderful 101 for Wii U. I'll be reviewing those. So thank you, ANC Games. Thank you to Chop Shop. Thank you to G2PO. And lastly, thank you to Node. You guys are amazing. We'll see you guys soon. I'm also going to be joining Rich from Review Tech USA. His channel is in the underbar below. He does like sort of an amazing news show where we just talk about video game news, and he does it almost daily. So if you want to get all the latest news on video games and not tune into our annoying voices, you can listen to Rich with this like sexy smoothing voice. It's soothing, smoothing, it's everything.
Fusion
it's
words.
like every time I look at him, I think of yogurt and creams and buttermilk and all sorts of weird shit that I want to put on his body and watch him lick it off his own body if that's possible. Sometimes he can't reach areas, and then that's when animals appear and help him do that.
And I have to burp. And oh, it's not coming out. There it is.
I almost puked listening to that. Ow, fuck.
Ow, be gentle with me.
I put it on myself before dates because they hug you and then they're like,
Oh, that's really smart.
Thank you. It worked yesterday. Hi, I'm Jay. Why'd you do it at me? Why'd you do that at me? Why?
I'm blushing.
Why would it have to be at me? Just give me the fucking thing.